Davis, Rick Dempsey, and now joined by Orioles Hall of Famer Scott McGregor, out here signing autographs tonight on Utah Street. Pleasure for us to have you here, but tell us a little bit about what you're doing now surrounding the Orioles and the baseball team.
Well, I'm still down in Sarasota. I've been there since the start of spring training. I'm down there doing the rehabs and working with the guys that are youngsters trying to make their way. Got big eyes like Rick Dempsey used to when he thought he was really good back in the day, you know. So it's just fun to work with them, and unfortunately I have to work with the guys that are hurt, and but it keeps me busy, that's for sure.
And when the Orioles won their last World Championship, that was 1983, MVP of the World Series and the catcher, Scott McGregor was the pitcher that pitched a complete game in Philadelphia and walked off the mound with in five, the Orioles. Talk a little bit about what happened that year and what your memories are coming off that field there with the victory against Philadelphia.
Well, all I know is we were up 3-1 in '79, and it didn't work out too good. So we were up 3-1 again. You could have heard a pin drop in that clubhouse. Nobody was popping champagnes, designing rings, or anything. We said, let's go out and kill these guys the next day. And Eddie decided to show up with 2 home runs, and Muscle Man here took them deep, and called a great game. We had a shutout. We did it. It was fun.
You know, Tommy, you go back to the start of that series, too. Mac started the first game right there, and he lost it 2-1, I think, was the final score. But, maybe because I played all 5 games, I ended up with the MVP. But this guy could have been the MVP, too, because he won that last game. I mean, he completely shut down an offense of Hall of Famers, and that's not easy to do. But Mac had a beautiful body rhythm. He had command of all of his pitches. He changed speeds well. He just totally kept him off balance the entire time. I'm on my pins and needles back there thinking, we got to get through this game. He's just out there, okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But it was a great time in our lives together because we suffered through 1979, but we gave away those last 3 games. We really needed to make up for that, and thank God he gave us an opportunity in 1983, and we came through.
It's got to notice one thing about watching that 83, that Game 5. Rick's target, an easy catcher to throw to because of the target he set up.
He had a swivel wrist, he just sat straight up with the big orange glove target. You can see, here, hit me, basically what it said. Now, we were together for a long time. We came over from the Yankees together, and we had a blast together. We had fun. We teased each other, but we had fun.
We had fun because we were winning all the time, and that was so, these guys developed. Mac was a young guy when we all came over from the Yankees. I had a little more experience than him at that time. But, growing up and handling this pitching staff of McGregor and Flanagan and Dennis Martinez and all of these great young pitchers that we had, you have to learn a lot. All you got to do is just sit out there and watch these guys and listen to them and talk to them about what it takes to get through ball games and their approach to hitters. And it's not hard to put games together and call good games for them because they always threw the ball over. They made it look easy.
Our masn cameras captured Scott McGregor talking with Chris Tillman and Tyler Wilson earlier today. What's the conversation about there for these 2 young men?
Well, I just love Tyler Wilson. I always had. He's a little bulldog, and I told him, I said, man, you're making me very proud, to see you go out there and do the job that you're doing for a team. And I also told him, I go, with this lineup and this defense, you're crazy if you walk anybody and give up too many runs. I tell you that much, because you're going to win.
Mac, you make a very good point about the walks, and that's something that Earl Weaver beat into us and all your great pitching coaches that you played for, too. Now you're the guy that's trying to impress upon these young guys. Tyler Wilson, you were just talking about him, and Wright, Michael Wright, and Gausman. You've had a chance to work with all of them. Talk a little bit about your experiences with them and how you think and what they will do up here.
Oh, I think they're going to be fine. They've gone through the process. They've gone through some ups and downs a little bit in their careers, but they're kids that have been a pleasure to work with. Really, they work hard. They got a great work ethic day in and day out. They are proud of what they do, and now they're given a chance now to really shine.
Mac, you were talking about Wilson. For me, he's a finesse kind of pitcher. He's got to use all of his pitches, his curveball, his changeup, and stuff like that. But Mike Wright is a power pitcher. Are there 2 different approaches for you when you talk to those 2 guys about what they need to do?
I think you still, even if you're a power pitcher, you have to have some change of speeds. And I think Mike's learning to get his changeup over in fastball counts like Gausman has. And Tyler's always been the guy where he's got 4 pitches and he can throw them all over the plate, the ball's moving and changing speeds, and it's all about pitching. You know, they're learning to pitch. It's not just, I don't care how hard you throw, you can't just stand out there and hump up and throw. And they're learning the finesse of pitching.
How much weight you lost, Scott?
30 pounds.
Congratulations. You look
Thank you.
fabulous.